Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Welcome. How many of us are here? 14. Oh, खाना खा रहे हैं क्या सब? Chalo, let's start then. Let the guys come. They can join. So, I think many of you have submitted the assignment. That is good to see. मैं सोच रहा था कि at least maximum of you guys can at least try and submit so that at least you have a good idea how things are, factor safety calculations, trigonometric basic calculations and all. So what do you guys have any issues? Was there any problem in any of these questions? We can discuss those for now. Uh, what do you want? Should I go one by one, or will you guys start if any queries are there? Mm. So what I will do is let me start class, and in between we'll reach that section, and then I will ask what if any problems are there in each question, and if are there, we will discuss those. Okay. Uh, okay. So uh, welcome all of you. And today we will be continuing with our class for rock slope technology, and we are discussing about the principles of slope stability. So till now we have seen what are the factors that are affecting a slope, what types of slope are there, how these factors are affecting, to what extent they are affecting, and how important it is to know what is the role of an engineer when we say about the slope stability issues. And then we moved on to what are the principles on which we decide how a slope fails or how a stable a slope is, right? So we were discussing about factor of safety. We also touched about how other methods include something like critical strain or threshold strain scenarios where um, maximum amount of strain is seen after which a failure is considered. Or we also saw there were some cases how a probabilistic approach is given, that rather than giving a certain that it is a failed slope or it will fail or it will not, rather than giving that, we give a probability that okay, this 50 this the probability of failure of this slope is 25% or 5%, whatever. So that also is kind of a technique or the approach we go for slope stabilization. Today what we will be doing is we are working on simple calculations of factor of safety that you guys have had been doing in the class as well as the assignments. So we'll be just going through uh, these simple calculations were there, and after that, we'll be moving on to the probabilistic approach. So, probabilistic approach will include are its individual concepts. So, what components will be there in a probability analysis? What is a probability distribution function? And some techniques like Monte Carlo simulations or other techniques of probabilistic analysis. So this is the second type of analysis that we do, because we have seen how factor of safety we calculate. It's similar approach, but now we don't give a factor of safety, we give a probability distribution or the probability of failure, that okay, the slope may fail and these are the chances of its failure. So rather than giving a deterministic approach, which is basically a particular constant or a quantitative approach of saying, okay, this is stable and this is not stable. Rather than giving that, we give a probability of failure, that okay, these are the chances of failure. Now, when we come to probability, we'll see how these things are done, because probability again is a very intuitive as well as a mathematically rigorous subject. So we'll see how simply we can understand it, and without going into deep mathematics of differentiation and integrations and all, we'll see how it is applicable for slope stability issues. Okay. So before doing that, let's come to our problems which we saw. So assignment 1, the first example was this. Yes, anyone who has any problems in this first one, any doubts you had? Anyone couldn't understand anything or whatever was not clear? First one was, I think, basic trigonometric calculations, I suppose. You can raise your hand if there is any question, so that we can, or we can even type on chat. That is also okay. So we can take up if there is an issue. Now what I will do is, let me see the assignments, and that will also be helpful for me to know what's going on. So, okay. So guys, before we start discussing, there are few guys who have not actually seen the assignments. Are any of these here? Let me, will it be okay if I call out names? Let's see. Vishal Kumar Das is here. Vishal Das. Do we have Vishal Kumar Das? No, we have Vishal Kadam. Anyone has any idea where is Vishal Kumar Das? Is he attending the classes? No. What about Chaman Lat? Is he here? Chaman? Chaman is not here still. I'm sorry. Just I want to see why people are not able to. Are they not able to access this, or what happened? Mayank Rai is here. Ashutosh Ray. Anyone? Anyone of these? No. Mayank Rai is not here. Ashutosh Ray is also not here. So, if anyone CR, class CR, where are you?
Yes, sir, I am here, sir.
Yeah, find out what happened to them.
Okay, I'll personally message them. What is the reason they will
Yeah, because
tell me, sir.
why
And
I
I
am
will
saying,
inform you.
why I'm saying
Hello,
this?
sir. Hello.
Who is this?
So Vishal is here.
Vishal Kumar is here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
So
Vishal,
some
what
net.
happened? You are not able to access the assignment?
No, sir. I am just uploading the assignment. Some net issues are there. So.
Because what happens is, when you guys access the assignment now, I'll show you what is the what it looks like for us. So for us, it looks something like this when I give the assignments. So when you view, so it comes up for us when you viewed. When you turn in, it comes with turn in, or if anyone is late, so it comes up late as well. And those who have you see this one we're not turned in. So not turned in generally is when no one not able to see or no one has actually accessed it once, even once. So that's why I was asking.
Assignment, so actually the assignment part is already posted in the group, so I seen there only.
So you saw there only. Okay, that's okay. That's what I wanted to clarify. If something problem is there, now we can sort it out or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So in that sense, let me take some one's assignment. Okay. Mm, who's here? Let's take Indrajit's assignment. Indrajit's. Okay. So what was the first? Yeah. So this was a mountain slope, very simple. I think most of you guys went into the right direction, I feel. So we were given a few things. We were given the height, total height of the slope, that was 120, right? We had a 60-degree slope angle. Now this is not xi-p, remember that, right? Xi-p is not 60 degree here, 60 degree is the slope angle, right? After the geological survey, it was found that the plane, so plane is the outcrop of the plane, point where it comes out is given as 50 meters. Don't go with the proportions of it. So this difference in these two levels is 50 meters basically. So the near arrow, this one will be something like 70. Yeah, 70. And the other one will be 120. Slide angle is 45, so xi-p is now given as 45, right? And what else? You have been given C, you have been given phi, 35 degrees, right? Rock density you have been given. So now one of the assignment I was saying, I don't remember which one. See, rock density is not rock weight, okay? 2100 kg per meter cube is basically the density of the rock, this material. So by this, we know that we have to basically convert it into kgs first. So to convert into kgs, we have to find out its volume. Volume can be found out by basic trigonometric relations actually. Consider a triangle. So if the slide angle with respect to this is 45, the other angle will also be 45, right? If this is 70, this whole will be 70. And you can basically calculate the dimensions of this. So you basically get the area of this portion, and area into unit 1 will give you volume in meter cube, correct? Volume in meter cube you will get, so by multiplying it by 2100 you will get in kgs. Once you multiply kgs with 9.8 or the gravitational constant, you will get in newtons. Finally, you can convert it into kilonewtons. So I think better to not go in detail. Okay. So simple enough, right? We find the weight of this. Now it becomes easy. All things are given. Just put the value in the formulas or find out the resistive force and driving forces. Calculate the factor of safety. Okay. Anyone has any doubt in this? Any questions regarding that? No? Can raise hand, you can put in chat, or else we will move on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So its answer is, I think, how much is what? This, the first one's answer was 1.03. Yeah. Yeah, 1.03 was there. So it is critically stable. Critically stable is generally not considered stable enough for us. So that was there. Assignment 2. Oh, sorry. The question 2 was mine slope comprises of 6 benches. Now this one, I don't have figures for these. Sorry for that. So this one, I think most of us had some confusion. So what I will do is, can I draw here? Okay. Mine slope had 6 benches. So let's see if I can draw. Please do not judge me for my drawing skills on computer. I'm doing by mobile. Okay. Oh, mouse. So yeah, so bad. 1, 2, 3, and there is a this, and 4, and 5, and 6. This was something like that. Okay. And each is 15 meters. So yeah, this one is 15 meters in vertical directions, right? And these guys are 2 meters, and this one is 10, right? So the overall slope you can calculate, right? The total vertical will be 15 into 6, right? And horizontal will be 2 plus 2 plus 10 plus 2 plus 2, and into this one, these parts is small, right? So these will be calculated by the angles that are given to you. How much angle is given? 15 meter, bench inclination 60 degrees, correct? So 60 degrees is this one. So you can find this, maybe we can call it x1, right? So 6 into x1 plus 2 into 4 plus 10, right? So this will be for horizontal direction. 15 into 6, this will be for vertical direction. You can find the overall slope angle. That is easy enough, right? That is the first step you have to do. Whatever. Something on those lines, right? So what the question says is, once you find out the overall slope, okay, the fault planes runs at an angle of 45 degree, outcropping at 35 meters. Now here, I think some of you have got it, but still I would just see. So my proportions are not correct here. So, but just assume that at a 45 degree angle, see, this is 15, this is 30. So somewhere around here, basically it is outcropping, right? And so the plane basically goes like somewhere around here, correct? So this is 45 degrees. एक पेन ले लेना चाहिए मुझे डिजिटल वाला. I think that will be helpful. Okay, 45 degrees, right? So given the density, now most of the things are already given. Yes, someone was saying something. Charts. Okay. Sir, the first question, how to whether whether we write or not. Just go one by one. Whether we write or not, Nitesh, what does that mean? I don't understand that. Indrajit sir, in first question, how to calculate weight of the sliding block? Actually, the volume part. Oh, you didn't understand the first part. Oh, sorry, I skipped that. Just let me go back then. So weight is easy. Okay. What I will do is, How will the diagram look like in second? Yeah, diagram looks like this. Indrajit, did you understand the first part, or is it still not clear, Indrajit?
Got it.
Sorry?
Sir, understood.
Understood, huh? No need to go again?
No, sir.
Okay. And Amritesh, second part we are working on. So this is something how it will look. I'm sorry about the drawing. So, so now it becomes very almost like other problem. So basically, because the question also says, uh, question says, oh, sorry. So the question also says, assuming the overall slope to be actual slope of the pit. So what we are assuming is, now we have calculated the overall slope. So basically we will be effectively dealing with just the dotted part, right? So this is what we are dealing with. This is the overall slope, right? This is our plane. And similar to the question one, we basically can find out what is the volume of this portion, right? This is our failure block. Okay, so once we find out the weight, this is the sliding plane. This xi p is 45 degrees. Once you find out the weight, you can basically put it in formula and find out the factor of safety. Simple enough. The only thing was we have to basically assume it as a overall slope. So the whole exercise in this question was basically to do two things with you. First of all, how do you calculate the overall pit slope? One. And secondly, how do you calculate the trigonometric calculations like finding out the obtuse section of this whole triangle. So just find out the whole area of this and subtract the area of the dotted portion, this smaller portion, and that will give you the area of this obtuse portion. That is the wedge. Oh, that is the block failure, and multiply it by 2100, right? So to get the kgs and find out the factor of safety. Is this much clear? The part A is clear. Anyone has any doubt in that? No. If anyone has any doubt, do write or do raise your hands. I think I can see those also. Yeah. So do raise your hands or do chat, do put in chat.
Sir, hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, this is Rohan, sir.
Rohan, yes, tell me.
Sir, after calculating the overall split slope, what are we going to do?
So after calculating the overall plate slope, now we have found out, right? So it says what it says. And now it says a fault plane runs an angle 45 degree outcropping 35 meters. So very simply, we found out that, okay, this is the 35 meter mark, right? So a plane runs 45 degrees. And similar to question one, we basically have all the parameters similar to that. That this is the failure plane, this is the block of failure, and basically we have to calculate its weight, and then find out the resistive forces, and find out the driving forces, find out the factor of safety. You have been given.
Sir, so basically, after we find the angle of slope, we don't need to consider those berms and the ramp width. We can directly go with the simplified structure.
Exactly. So that's what it says, right? In this question. Which question is this? Yeah. Given the density, assuming the overall slope to be the actual slope of the pit. That's why this question says that. You see, after the A, it is given the density of the rock is this, and assuming the overall slope to be the actual slope of the pit. So that's why it basically simplifies for you, because calculating individual may be time taking, maybe that's why it's simplified. So basically now we assume that only the overall slope is considered, simple structure, and then we basically do the same thing that we were doing in question number 1. Okay.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Yeah, got it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What else? Oh, so now that one is done. I think this is again a thing. The representative shear strength of the sliding plane can be given as tau s equal to 50 plus sigma 0.577. I hope this is clear. This is given in kilopascal. The unit is given, so we know what these are terms. This is basically tau equals to c plus sigma tan phi equation, right? So you have the tan phi here as 0.577. So you already have that tan phi that you can directly put into the equation of factor of safety. You have the C here, and C is in kilopascal. Remember that. That is kilonewton per meter square. So you have to basically multiply it by area to get the kilonewton. Okay. So I hope you could understand that. That's just a way to represent what is the shear strength of the sliding plane. So in place of giving C and phi individually, basically it will give us C equals to this in the form of Mohr-Coulomb failure equation. Okay. So small, we have to just basically read carefully what it says. Second is a set of anchor bolts are installed perpendicular to the failure plane, tension to cumulative of 15 meganewtons. So what will be the factor of safety after anchoring? It's simple enough. Now I think because the image is simplified, I think that was the confusion for most of you. So now the image is simplified. Now we know this is the failure plane and this is the slope upper. So perpendicular to the failure plane basically will be at something on this direction, right? Sorry. Right, this will be 90. Something like this, right? These will be some sort of anchors that will be there. So anyways, we don't have to put so many anchors. They basically said that a cumulative of 15 meganewtons is there. Meganewtons is basically 10 to the power 6 newtons or 10 to the power 3 kilonewtons. So 15,000 kilonewtons of tension is there. So the T value that you use in your equation is equals to 15,000. Okay. I hope that is clear in this. And then just put the formula for either the tension part which we calculated last time, or just again calculate the resisting forces and the sliding forces. The good thing here is it is at 90 degree with the plane. So basically it is just affecting the uh, friction part. Okay. So it is basically including in the normal reaction calculation. So there will be no effect on the sliding or the denominator part. So just remember what we are dealing with. Perpendicular, basically there will be no projection in this direction because it's all in this direction, 90 degrees. Okay. So I think that is clear. If anyone has any doubt, do tell. From if I have any answers to it or not. So yeah, so first case, I was getting unanchored this factor of safety as 0.79, and with anchor I am getting 1.27. Okay, so that was question number 2. Right. Any problems, anyone in this? No? Yes, Chintan.
am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. In B portion, I'm getting 4.78 FOS.
So just have it. You followed the same same thing, right? How you
Yes,
calculated?
sir. Sir, I took TC equals to 15,000 kilonewton as we have
15,000 kilonewton is, yeah, correct. Yeah.
meganewton, right?
Hmm.
And rest of all are what you have said.
Right.
And I'm getting 4.78.
एक बार check कर लो. If others are also getting similar values or others have got different, anyone can comment.
Sir, I got 4.78, but I think I calculated the area wrong, like a wrong trigonometry. So.
Okay. Maybe similar mistake, but I think just have a look again. If answers, I think these are basically from the calculations are, I think, correct as per formula. Just have a look again, Chintan. I think maybe some calculation mistake might be there. Okay.
Okay.
If anything is not there, then we will maybe discuss later on. Okay. Anyways, you have to understand basically what is the concept behind. If that is especially not clear, do point it out. Okay. Maybe we sometimes do silly mistakes. That's okay. Okay. I will move on to the next question then, if most of us are clear with this. Third question was a mountain cut slope of 80 meters at high inclination 75 degrees starting to develop tensile cracks. Oh, this is some typical that problem, UV problem with water pressure, right? So the depth of the cracks was measured to be going up to 5 meters. Oh, so now see what they have done. Joining it into an existing joint plane inclined at 60 degree to the horizontal. I don't think this was the question. Wait, let me bring your this one. Hold on. Science. Okay, let's do this rather than presentation. So the third question was, so the mountain cut slope of 120 meter height at high inclination of 75 degrees starting to, okay, depth of the cracks are going up to 5 meter below the slope top. An existing joint plane runs 5 meter vertically below the crack. Okay. Inclined at 60 degree to the horizontal. The joint is known to be an open joint. So similar conditions that we were working on previously, as we saw in the formula, right? With infilling material giving a cohesion of this in dry stages and this in wet stages. That's okay. The sliding angle of these joints was found to be 45 degree. Okay, sliding angle is 45 degrees. So now we are given three things, 3 degrees. So be very careful what we are doing. 75 degrees here, the first one, is the inclination of the slope, right? 60 degrees here is the inclination of crack or in the inclination of sliding plane. And 45 degrees here is, it is saying the sliding angle of these joints. So sliding angle of these joints, basically what we discussed was at cohesion equals to 0, whatever the angle at which the sliding take place will become the friction angle, right? So 45 degrees is basically given as friction angle. So it is basically given in a different language just to get some confusion out. But giving the same value anyways. So 45 degrees the phi, 50 and 150 are the C. Find the factor of safety in normal condition. Normal condition means U and V are not applicable, right? So just we have to be careful what the design is, or what the figure will be like. So should I draw, or I think it's clear? Let me draw. Or what I can do is, okay, smelling. Anyways, okay. So again, please bear with my very bad drawing. So what it says is simply we have a slope at 75 degrees, right? And we have a, what do we have? We have a crack that is propagating 20 meters from here, right? So this is 20 and the height is given as 120, right? So this goes till 5 meters, and below 5 meters, a 60-degree inclined crack runs. So that is basically our joint surface, something like this. And here is 5 meter again. So basically we have water that will be built up will be something like this, and something like this, right? So that will be V and this will be U. कुछ समझ में आ रहा है तो देख लो. So this is basically it for what basically it wants. Now the question is, how do we calculate weight, right? So weight will be calculated in 3 sections here. It's basic trigonometry basically. So if we was just extend it at maybe 90-degree angle. So this is one triangle, right? This is another triangle, right? This is another triangle. We have to basically find out the middle part, this part.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, just a sec. Yeah, Indrajit, yes, tell me.
Sir, in the question it is given that the sliding angle is 45 degree, but you have taken the plane which has 60 degree.
So that's what I'm saying. Slide angle and the plane angle are different things. So that's what I was explaining when I was telling you these 3 angles that are given, right? So if you see, that's basically to create confusion why it is. So it is not the sliding angle of the plane or the sorry. It is not the sliding angle of the joint or sliding angle at which it is basically failing. So there are 3 angles you can see. It's one is inclination of the slope, that is 75 degrees, that is clear, right? Second angle which you see, an existing joint plane runs 5 meter vertically below the crack and inclined at 60 degree with the horizontal. So this is basically 60 degrees. That is given. Now, what it says is, the third thing that it says is the sliding angle of these joints was found to be 45 degrees. Basically this is a play of words only. The sliding angle, any sliding angle that we say when we were discussing about this first formula that we were discussing about the factor of safety, when cohesion is 0 and the condition of slide, theta becomes equals to xi p, right? So that is basically the angle at which any block starts to slide. That was the sliding angle. So basically this statement gives us nothing else but theta phi equals to 45 degrees. That is internal angle of friction. So angle of friction, sorry. So the angle of friction basically is given by 45 degrees. The inclination of that joint is here 60 degrees. So that's basically to create some sort of confusion, but it's just another way to say that this is in friction angle. Okay. So that I understand might be a confusing thing for most of you guys. But yeah, in this way also many times it is represented, the sliding angle or the slide angle of these joints, or the angle of slide, the angle of friction. All these things are basically ways of saying 45 degrees. Friction angle. Okay, Indrajit, does that answer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that I understand might be a little bit confusing. So that's why I think these questions I deliberately selected so that any kind of language you are basically dealing with, so you can understand how these can be framed in different ways. So now coming to how weight was calculated, weight is simple. We have this bigger triangle, right? We have these two smaller triangles, one on the left side and one on the right side. All the dimensions are there. There are angles. This 10 meter is given. This 20 meters is given. So basic trigonometry, you can basically find out the area of this portion, the block portion. You can find out the weight of this because the rock density is given again as 2100, right? And the first condition is normal conditions. So normal condition, there is no need to put U and V. Second condition is rain condition. Rain condition क्या होता है? Water infiltrates and the joint creates a hydrostatic pressure. Now we are talking about U and V. What is the factor of safety in rainy condition? Assuming no effect on saturation on rock's weight. So yeah, so it is given that weight of the rock is not changing, as we did one example, right, where weight of the rock was changing. So weight of the rock is not changing. Information of change in slide, these joint properties is given. So initially it was 150 kilonewton. Now it is 50 kilonewton, so that we will change, and theta phi is same, so 45 degrees. No one has mentioned anything, so we'll assume it as same. So U can be calculated, right? Half rho g h square, right? And similarly, we can calculate this A into half rho g h, right? U and V are calculated. Simple putting in the formula, we will get the answer. If I have these answers, I don't know. Let me check. So what answers I have, I don't know what you got, but the first one is 1.27. That was in dry condition. In wet condition, I got yeah, dry condition is this. Wet condition, I got 0.68. Okay. So these are some of the calculations that we have to take care. Yes, anyone? Someone was saying?
Yes, sir. Sir, my answer for wet condition is corrected 0.63.
Okay.
But for dry condition, sir, I'm getting 0.98.
0.98. Okay, have a look again, have a check again. I think these are basically formula based, so I have simply put values in that, so it has given me answers. I'll also check again if all of you guys are getting different answers, or some of you getting similar. Yeah.
Sir, in the first part, I took an assumption of the friction angle as 35 degrees, and still I got the same answer as you said.
1.27, you got same answer.
Yes, sir.
So many of the mistakes got together and corrected themselves. Huh? Nice. Now we have in this, I am seeing we have taken as 45 degrees. So calculation wise it is correct. 45 degrees is theta, 60 degrees is the sliding angle, psi. And first case is 150. The area I got was 84. And the weight I got was 21,498 kilonewtons. So yeah, all these was there. And in the other condition, we got U as 2000 kilonewtons, V as 122. So that were the answers. Anyways, have a look again. But certainly we can check our answers again. But the point is, we should understand what we are getting. So calculations are not a big deal for me for now. And those are done by calculators or computers. That is, I want you guys to basically understand the concepts of how we are doing, what we are doing, and what we are getting. So proper understanding should be there. Okay. So if anything, any problem is there in the understanding part, do tell me. So MG got 1.25. I think it's close. Maybe because what I calculated, maybe that creates some this approximations are not done because it is calculating by Excel sheet. So maybe that is the difference between 1 or 2 points. So that's okay. So anyone has any doubt in this third question, or we will move ahead if it's okay, right? We can move ahead. I think today only we will do questions. We can't start the other one. Okay. Anyways, that's also important. So fourth one. Okay, guys, I'm moving to the fourth one. Fourth said a mine slope with overall slope angle 70 degrees has achieved a pit depth of 100 meters. Anyone has any doubts before I move ahead? No? Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. A major fault plane runs at 45 degrees inclination, outcropping at 60 meters above the pit bottom. Rock is sandstone, average specific gravity 2.4. The joint plane is rough with sliding angle 35 degree, cohesion of 10. Find factor of safety. I think this is very simple, right? Any issues in this? The first part? It's let me torture you again with my awesome drawing. What was the question? Right. So we have a mine slope with overall slope angle of 70 degree because they have given overall slope. So we won't be drawing benches and all. Okay. Anyways, mine is not that smooth, right? 70 degrees and achieved a pit depth of 100 meters. So we have this 100 meters, right? And major fault plane runs at 45 degrees inclination, outcropping at 60 meters from the pit bottom. Pit bottom is, so from below, it basically does 45 degrees from the horizontal, right? And this one is 60. This was 40, right? यही लिखा है ना? हाँ. So this one becomes very simple now. Similar to the first question we did. Find out this, the weight of this block, right? इसमें कोई दिक्कत? C and phi are given, right? This one is easy. What is next? B. A stabilization plan is to be made to keep the factor of safety of slope at least 1.5. Rock bolting is proposed to be done on the slope so that the bolts are perpendicular to the sliding plane. Okay, again perpendicular, so not an issue. What must be the least cumulative tensile strength of the rock bolts to make the slope just stable? Okay, just stable means it should be 1.5, at least 1.5, right? So, okay. I think that's also quite intuitive, right? We basically have to assume it's one bolt and it is giving some T, and in place of doing the first way where we put T and find out factor of safety, we put factor of safety as 1.5 and put resistive forces or driving forces, right? Is there any problem in this? I think this was easier question as compared to others. So what I got, the anchor is strength. Okay. So initially my factor of safety I obtained was part A ka is 0.77. No, 0.78. Okay. And finally जब 1.5 हो गई तो what did I get? Let me check. Hold on. It has not calculated. It is around T is around 7400 kilonewton or 7.4 meganewton. So this is what I got. Anyone got anything close to this?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Indrajit.
I got the first part 0.77
Right.
and second part 8.8 meganewton.
8.8.
Sir, same, sir, same.
Same answer, 8.8.
Yes, sir. Second part 8.8 meganewton. First part 0.77.
Yeah. So I think this is 0.8. Maybe I also, this was not calculated. I just did it roughly. So 1.5 we are reaching, right?
Yes, sir.
And at 45 degrees with respect to horizontal. 90 degrees with respect to this. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Just have a look again. I think might be some issue with the calculations. But yeah, you got the point. I think that's quite close. First one we are anyways getting correct. So you also got, Amritesh also got 8.87. Okay, maybe. I'll also check again. Okay. Okay, so now I think these were the calculation part. I will come to question number 5 in 1 minute. Before that, when we design these kind of answers, so there may be another question also when if we like suppose we are getting 8.87. So 8.87 will be divided by a certain number of bolts. So maybe it will give you some other details of design also. So maybe for a stabilization purpose, they are planning that a grid of 1 into 1 meter of bolting is done. So in case of questions like this, what you can do is basically you can find कोई और color है क्या? Basically you can find this length first, that is the slope length, right? Sorry. this length. So this is the effective area where we are applying, right? And this into 1 will be, right now we are working on 1 meter depth, so unit weight. So if it is 1 by 1 meter and suppose this is somewhere around maybe 50, मान लेते हैं अभी just for the sake of calculation. So the number of bolts that will be in 50 into 1 meter will be 50 into 1 divided by 1 into 1. It's not a very simple formula. It's something like you can say length जो भी होती है उसको divide करते हैं lengths के side के number से which is 1 in this case, right? So अगर इसको A और B मान लेते हैं, maybe we can write A into B. Okay. ये अगर ग्रिड पैटर्न है A into B का, so if 50 meter is the length wise, so क्या करते हैं हम लोग L by ये कर लेते हैं 50, oh sorry L by A कर लेते हैं, and whichever is the nearest integer उसको उसको मानते हैं basically. So if it is coming like 25.48, right? तो इसको 26 मान लेंगे. So 26 bolts basically go in this direction, and because we are taking unit as 1, so for now we'll if the bolting pattern says 1 here, so that will be the total number of bolts in this case. In case suppose यहाँ पे B हम लोग लेते हैं, तो similarly हम लोग जो width होगी, अगर 1 मीटर ले रहे हैं unit width, तो 1 by B होगा. Maybe B can be something sometimes 0.5 or 0.25 also. समझ रहे हो? So we may have to basically 26 into अगर 0.5 है तो maybe 2 holes, 2 bolts. So 26 into 2, that will give basically us 52 bolts, right? तो 52 bolts अगर लगेंगे, अगर ऐसा दिया उन्होंने, so basically you have to divide this 8.87 meganewton part by 52, and then if they ask in that sense कि each bolt में कितना tension होना चाहिए, so then you have the answer for each bolt tension also. Sometimes that also happens कि find out कि how much maximum tension it can take, this bolt, each bolt can take. So each bolt की कुछ tensile capacity होती है, right? Tensile strength दी जाती है. So tensile strength, it should not exceed, so tensile strength should be always greater than जितना ये तुम्हारा unit आ रहा है इससे. So in these kind of cases, we have to say that, okay, since tensile strength is limited, we may have to increase the density of bolting or something like that. So मैं कुछ और questions भी दूंगा तुम लोगों को to try it out. These are basically, and we will also face these when अभी stabilization, when we will be discussing about the stabilization concept. So basically, different ways of finding what is the anchoring pattern, what is the bolting pattern, and so on. So we'll discuss this later on, but just so that because you are doing this right now, so this is the way to do it. Anyways, I think time is up, so I won't take much. Anyone has any questions in these? So last वाला बचा था ना? Last वाले का तो simple formula है. You guys basically know what to do. यहाँ की ये वाली height निकालनी है, right? And that will be the head of this part. So that's the only thing that is changing. U and V की value change हो रही है. U की value change हो रही है. Basically V की value भी नहीं change हो रही है. Okay. So this is nothing special about it. So that's it. I will evaluate your projects now. Assignments to see क्या हुआ. कुछ similar doubts आते हैं तो I think most of things will be clear. But अगर कुछ और दिक्कत है तो we can discuss later on also, next class also. Okay. Yes, Chintan, any questions in this?
So I send my assignment on webmail.
Yeah. गाइस ट्राई टू कीप इट इन MS Teams. अगर नहीं हो रहा है ना, सो तभी भेजना मेरे को वेब मेल में. द प्रॉब्लम इज अगर मेरे पास इतनी सारी जगह होंगी ना, सो आई विल आल्सो हैव टू बेसिकली सॉर्ट आउट कि किसने भेजा किसने नहीं भेजा. सो एक्सेप्शनल केस ओके चिंतन, दैट्स ओके, बट अदर एवरीवन एल्स ट्राई टू कीप इट इन MS Teams ओनली. ओके, एक जगह रहेगा, so at least that will be easier for us. Okay guys, I will close the class. Anyways, it's time. So thank you
Hello,
so
sir.
much.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Anish, please.
Sir, I have also sent through webmail, sir.
Anish, you have sent through webmail. Okay, I'll check it out. Okay.
Hello,
Those who have sent by mail, I will check it out.
हेलो सर.
Chaman, yes.
सर एक्चुअली मैंने अभी तक अपना असाइनमेंट नहीं भेजा है सर. मैं आपको थोड़ी देर में भेज दूं क्या?
क्या हुआ Chaman? Why you were not able to access or what? Something happened?
I went for COVID test
Oh my
today.
God. Everything all right?
Yeah, sir. Everything all right. Actually, in our locality, 2-3 cases are there. So if they have checked the whole locality, so I will do it and I will send you, sir, today only.
Okay. So do it. But keep in mind everyone कि आगे कोई assignments होते हैं, so try to do it on time, because generally मैं assignments जो दूंगा ना, those we will be keep on discussing also, so that will be useful if we have done. Otherwise कोई फायदा नहीं है. हाँ? So take care guys. Now you can go for your next class. Thank you so much for coming. अभी 1 घंटे बाद मिलते हैं फिर. Okay.